Trade offers are flying all over the place, Adam Ronis. Left, right, up, down. Everybody wants to make a trade, whether they're 4-0, 1-3, 0-4. Doesn't matter. Everybody's looking to prove their team. But you have to be careful about how you do it, especially when identifying what weaknesses you want to improve. It's not just saying, okay, I have a bunch of wide receivers and I want to trade them. Who can I get? And just deciding who you want. It's about identifying the right trade partner first and foremost.
And I think that's a common mistake. We get emails, we get calls on the show about that. Who can I get for this guy? We have no idea. You have to go to the rosters. Look, if you have a surplus of wide receivers, go throughout the league, look at the rosters, look at the teams that need a wide receiver. Then start formulating a trade. If you just pick a team randomly and say, oh, I want this guy and try to make a deal, then you're not going to get it done. You have to look at the other team's needs. A common mistake people make. That's why a lot of trades don't get done. You have to look at what they need. It has to work for both sides. You don't want to try and rip someone off. It might work in some leagues, but if you're playing in a league where people know what they're doing, you have to make it work for both sides.
Right. You have to scout out. You have to know mentally what the rest of your league does and how much experience how much inexperience do they have and things like that. And by the same token, sometimes people always look at another team and say, well, they're desperate and they need a quarterback, so I can lowball them. You know, if you try to lowball other owners with an offer, a lot of times, especially if they're experienced, you may not get it done. Look, if you can pull off a one-sided trade, heck, go ahead and do it. Take advantage of the situation, but you have to be ready for counter offers. And if people in your league are experienced, the lowball offers are not going to work because the other guy may not be as desperate as you think.
Yeah, and if you try and lowball someone and they know what they're doing, they're going to get upset. They're not going to deal with you. It's happened to me. I get trade offers, and if they insult my intelligence, I ignore them and I don't send a counter offer. And they say, why didn't you send a counter offer? Well, you sent me a deal that was insulting. So you don't want to get off on a bad foot. You need to develop a good chemistry to make sure the deal gets done. I mean, a lot of it is being personable with the guy. Develop a good relationship. You don't want to start off on a sour note because then a deal can go awry.
Yeah, and then also, by the same token, if you're desperate, you shouldn't take the first offer that you get out there, especially if you're talking about a deal early in the week. You don't have to take the first offer, and you don't have to jump on it, if you want to fix a hole. And, by Friday, Saturday, look, you know more of what you're getting, and maybe you have to pull the trigger so you can set your lineup with some peace of mind. But make sure you don't get sold short or lowballed yourself either.
Yeah, very common mistake, especially now with the bye weeks. You might have 2 or 3 running backs on a bye. You might have an injury. You see, like, you're kind of desperate. Like, I have to get a running back. I need to fill this spot. Don't panic. Even if it's just acquiring someone off the waiver wire to fill that spot, that can work. The bottom line is you don't want to jeopardize your entire season for 1 week. It's just 1 week. You have to think long term. So don't make that mistake just to fill a need for 1 week.
All right, I'm Scott Engel, Mr. Bright Green, along with the convict Adam Ronis. We'll see you tomorrow